is necessary when you are studying the ecosystem is to have an understanding of what it is that you're actually studying, what you're looking at. How good is it for a scientist to go outside and start working in an area and look at something and go, well, I don't know what that is and I don't know what that does. And I don't know what system that belongs to, and I don't know what genus that belongs to, so I have no idea what is going on. And so kind of to understand how scientists know what it is that they're looking at, what organism they're studying, talking about, where it fits, one of the things that is good to understand is classification of living things. Now, classification is the grouping of objects or information based on similarities, so things that are the same. Taxonomy is the branch of biology that is concerned with the grouping and naming of organisms. Now, when we are talking about naming organisms, we have a very specific system that we use, and that system is called binomial nomenclature. It was given to us by a scientist named Linnaeus, who basically invented our classification system and binomial nomenclature. And we use it to identify species. The first word, binomial, two names. Okay, the first word is always going to be the genus name. And genus is one of those levels of classification. All right, the genus name comes first. And the second word is the species name. So the species name always comes second. Again, that's another level of classification. We'll go through those in a minute. So the scientific name of species is a combination of a genus name and a species name, and they're put together. So for example, we are Homo sapien. Homo is the genus that we belong to. Sapiens is our species. So when you talk about our scientific name, for humans, Homo sapien. So the system of using those two names is binomial nomenclature. Now the taxonomic categories, we've talked about these some in the past. Back in Unit 3 we talked about taxonomic categories, but we talked about them in Unit 2 also a little bit. But the biggest one is domain. That's not listed here. Domains are, remember, archaea, bacteria, and eukarya. And then you take a step down, it's still a really huge category, a little bit smaller. Okay, we have kingdom, which is the second highest category, and it's a group of related phyla. And then a phylum is a group of related classes. Class, we're stepping down each time, is a group of related orders. An order is a group of related families. See the pattern here? All right. Family is a group of related genera. Now here's the name, binomial nomenclature. Next step is a genus. And that is a group of closely related species. And then the second word in binomial nomenclature, the species. And a species is a group of organisms that are able to interbreed and produce fertile offspring. And that basically is just saying that when they make a baby, their babies can grow up and make more babies, fertile offspring. Now, when we're talking about plants and animals, they created a little bit of difference here. In animals, okay, you're talking about a phylum, so kingdom, phylum, class. But if you're talking about plants, for whatever reason, they decided to make them called division. So it's kingdom, division, class. All right, so an example of a classification for us, okay, humans. We are in the kingdom Animalia. We are in that kingdom because we are multicellular and we do not have cell walls. All right, we're in the phylum Chordata. We're in that phylum for a couple of different reasons, but the primary one is that we have a spinal cord. Okay, we're in the class Mammalia. That is because we actually have hair on our bodies and we produce milk to feed our young. We're in the order Primate. That's because we have our opposable thumbs. We're in the family Hominidae, and that is because we walk upright on two legs. That puts us into the family Hominidae. We're in the genus Homo, and that's all of us that are kind of the same. We're the only ones left in this genus, by the way. And our species is Sapiens, and that actually means wise. So we are a wise man. All right, that's all there is to classification. Remember, at kingdom you have big, and they get smaller and smaller and smaller as you go down until you have only one single species.